Early morning, guys. Woke up as usual. This is typical for me. Whenever we get a new animal, usually a cow, anytime we get a new one, I come out and hang out with them in the pen and just watch them. So morning coffee, which I roasted myself, some bean from Guatemala, which is fantastic. Roasted it last night knowing I was coming out this morning, so I wanted to enjoy a cup of coffee and hang out and look at these cows, these new calves that we've got, which are really beautiful looking calves. Adding these two black Highland cows to the fold is a really cool addition. They look great in here. But right now we've got them quarantined. As we do with any animal that comes off of another farm, is we'll stick them in a separate pen away from the rest of the herd, and that way if they wind up falling sick, you can treat it or deal with it before you spread it to the rest of your herd and you didn't realize it. So we usually do a minimum of a 2-week to 30-day quarantine, just depending on how the animal looks or what we feel, and that just is kind of a safety buffer for the farm, a practice that we've picked up from other people who have recommended doing so. So right now they're in here. Another reason why we keep them separate is because these calves, they're 7 months old, going on their 7th month. That's a great time to really try to gentle them, get them used to us, get them used to being handled, being touched. And right now they're okay with us being close to them, but they don't want us touching them just yet. And of course that's coming off of a trailer ride, which was probably their first trailer ride, which is always an experience for the first time anyway. So we're hanging out, being patient, and this is just something I always do. Just sit here, drink my coffee, relax, hang out, and look at these guys, gals. And because of that, I have a herd of Highland cows that I can go out and touch. I can walk around and not get hurt. And that makes it just a little easier to handle the animals, to move the animals, makes it less dangerous to feed the animals. They're used to us being around, they're used to us touching them. And it all starts right here, day one, just staring at them while they eat their breakfast. Shelby came to join, guys.
Hey guys!
Hanging out. Shelby knows. She asked last night. She's like, "So you're spending all your morning with the cows?"
We have kind of a busy day ahead of us, but I know that there's nowhere else that Chad would rather be than just right here keeping an eye on these new girls.
There's nowhere else Chad would be.
That is true. I am dragging you somewhere, but I'm sure you'll hurry home.
Yeah, no, it's I was explaining that this is something that we always do, and because of it, I think the cows are always just nice. Like, we have nice cows that we can go out and handle.
We have super nice cows. Did you tell them what Creed did?
No.
So we were at the farm that we were getting the cows from yesterday, and Creed is very used to all of our cows just like having this. They adore him. I don't know what the right word is for it, but like all of us, they could probably take us or leave us. They definitely love Chad because he's the feeder. But with Creed, he's got this energy that's like loud and hectic and like 100% boy. But all of the mama cows love him.
Well, even the bull too. All of our cows,
that is true.
actually, especially the bull, which is weird. I have to kind of go slow around our bull's face till he gets used to me. He just runs up to the gate and slams his arm through the fence, and the bull will just walk up and lick his little hand. And
yes, and
they just love him.
I'm always nervous because it would just take, like, if he's putting his hand in the fence, it's one quick motion that could hurt him. And so I'm always really nervous of it, but I'm always just like so shocked and surprised with how sweet and gentle and curious they are of him. It's really fun to watch. So anyways, we were at that farm and Creed went running up to the cows how he would ours, and they like scattered and like were terrified of him. And I was like, "Oh, buddy, they're not as friendly as our cows, are they?" And what did he do?
He's like, Nope. Runs away over to the horses.
But it was more like a, no, like he was frustrated. Like, why didn't they love him how ours do?
Yeah, it was funny to watch. It's a funny reaction, but Creed loves the cows, and actually one of these cows is Creed's cow. We went to the ranch yesterday with the intention of picking up just one. We're gonna get one calf, and it was gonna be a gift to Creed. And for Creed, every calf that comes out of that cow, Creed gets to save that money. That goes to his savings, and then one day, if he's of age, and I actually like him and feel that he is deserving of a few $1,000s of startup money for something for him, then we'll give it to him. If he's a little a-hole, then I'll keep it and buy more cows.
Wait, so it's not his money unless you like him?
Well, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm not giving money to some spoiled little brat.
Makes sense. You're so honest about it.
He better earn it.
All right.
But anyway, so this is actually a practice that Shelby's cousins, they do with their kids and have done. They buy their kids a cow, and the kids get that money goes into savings for them. We always thought that was such a cool investment plan. We're big on investing in assets, creatures, value on the hoof. And so we decided that, now's the time. Creed just turned 3 years old. So now's a great time to get him a cow.
Yeah, it's fun. It's exciting to be able to give the kids these opportunities. We do homeschool, so a lot of it is farm life and
real world practices.
Yeah.
They don't learn. They get to learn a lot of stuff with their hands. They get to go out and learn it and do it. That's
first-hand experiences.
That's the way I have always learned the best, is actually getting out and doing stuff. I think that's the way a lot of people learn the best, is applying, learning, because there's so much that you learn in a process that you just don't learn from being told. So.
And you're really good about explaining it. You do a really good job of like bringing the kids in and letting them be a part of it and like explaining it to where they really get like a big understanding out of it.
Which I think the kids have learned their lesson, that sometimes a simple question will lead into a history lesson, a lesson in finance.
How the heck did we go down this road? Always. But it's so fun. It's always like just really great conversations that aren't like these dry in a classroom, like subject after subject. It's like something that was curious to us came up, and then like a huge explanation was brought to them, and then lessons and examples, and oh my gosh, it can lead to a whole bunch of things, but that's fun.
Yeah. So that leads to the practical investment of Creed getting a calf, and when his calf calves, he gets that money. Well, he gets to bank that money for a future investment. But he'll always look back and say, "Oh yeah, I helped out with all those calves, and now here is my payday for that." And then hopefully, in 17 years from now, he thinks of something great to invest in. So, Creed's cow is on the farm, his investment cow.
Yes, it's super fun. Happy to have them. It's always a super exciting build up to when there's going to be a new addition to the farm. So yesterday we spent the day moving panels and preparing. So it's super exciting when we're actually pulling in the farm with our new cow to get them out onto the farm.
Yeah, and I think too that we both learned a lesson, and I think I came to the reality is because I'm always like, oh, we'll just go get a cow real quick, and we'll be back, and I'll get some stuff done when I get back. And it's always just an all-day affair, no matter how much you try to like get there, load it, leave. I remember the one day we had, when we got our bull, I had to drive 3 hours north, drop off a bull, and I dropped off a bull and I dropped off a steer. And then I had to drive another 2 hours south and pick up a bull and two heifers. And I had to come all the way home. And it was like 7 o'clock at night before I got home. And I still had to deliver those two heifers to a woman.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
And that was over 2 hours
we'll
away.
Be back
south.
by noon, babe.
Yeah.
Back for lunch.
Well, and we really enjoy the guy that we get our cows from. So we know it's always fun to be able to visit and see how he's doing. Creed Creed is hectic. It's a big reason why I'm not on the channel a lot. He's 3 and he's all boy and he's everywhere. And he's given his mama gray hairs because he just doesn't quite think about like his safety or what could happen. So I'm always like just chasing after him, keeping him alive.
Trying to keep him alive.
Yeah, and so yesterday was a little bit hectic with me because I'm, you know, everybody's doing stuff, but like I'm running around making sure that bales don't fall on him, that a horse doesn't kick him in the head. You know, he's a handful.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that brings up a good point too, and a great piece of advice that I'd give you guys if you guys are new to homesteading, new to cows, new to farming, new to anything really. If you get the opportunity, learn from someone that has been in the game a very long time. This rancher in particular is generational rancher, and he's a wealth of knowledge.
I was
so
gonna
when
say wealth
he
of
speaks
knowledge.
about nutrition, when he speaks about you know, how to handle these animals, what to do, that kind of, I just shut up and listen, because that's so much knowledge that if I didn't have someone telling me, I'd be learning the hard way for decades.
How cool is that experience though? Because it's become something that's so rare. Like none of our other friends know about cows. Sorry, Brad, you just don't.
Brad knows about heifers.
It's it's so fun to be able to listen to somebody that's got that knowledge and they want to share it with you because they don't want to see you have to learn the hard way. They want you to be able to learn from their experience. Like that used to be what life was about.
Yeah, well, and we've jumped into a lot of stuff not knowing. We got
Everything.
A horse when we knew nothing about a horse, and a lot of people, it was weird, but a lot of people would be like, oh, you guys got to do other stuff before you just buy a horse.
Yeah.
Like you got to jump in and learn it. Like
I think
feed them, water them, figure out how to keep them alive, and then the other stuff will just come. But
I think the most crucial thing that you need to have when you're learning to do anything new is a commitment. And that's it. If you are committed to it, I think that you'll figure it out as you're going. And sometimes that means the hard way, but at least you're doing it.
yep,
So
which
I
a
think
lot of
commitment,
people
have that and go for it. Do it.
A lot of people won't. A lot of people will sit around and wait and plan and think and listen to advice from people they should never listen to. And it's kind of crazy how much we see from people that they try to let other people dictate what they do and how they do it and live their life. And it's your life. You got to live it.
And then they're bitter when they see you not following those same rules that they chose to follow.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry, but it's just true. Like,
Yeah. So you guys are thinking about getting a cow, don't know anything about a cow. Get them water, get them grass, figure out how to do the rest.
be committed to it. Figure out how you can do the very best job that you can. Spend so much time with them and enjoy it. And like, remember what you're doing is what you want to be doing. And then you do it.
It's good advice. We'll leave on that, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hit the subscribe button. Brad, can't wait to see your comments in the comment section. You guys tell me what you think about these new calves. We'll actually be coming back and talking a little bit more about them because these calves are pretty special. We didn't hit on it at all in the video. These are very cool calves, and we'll talk about what makes them so cool in future videos.
Thanks, guys.
We'll catch you on the next one.